Okay, so I was I mean this deck is great. I mean, these cards are great. I don't really know. It's just the like it makes winning really easy. Yeah, like I don't really know what else to say about the deck, but I've been fiddling with the deck in between rounds. This is about where I've come out. I really kind of wish I could get the last read the bones in the main. And I could see wanting the fourth Thoughtseize for the mirror, or not mirror, for control. But I just want to talk through some of the stuff. So I have four. I don't have any Rast in the main. I've determined that with the Lions, that's just not a viable plan. Um, I have Sorin, great. I still have Whisperwood. I could see something else in this slot, but I think that this is one of the better options. I'll talk to Steve Rubin about it. It might be Brimaz. That's the card to play. Um, I didn't want the second Tassiger anymore. I kind of decided it can get a little clunky. It's like a great card for certain positions, similar to Murderous Cut. Um, but until those positions, like you never want to just like, oh, I have a Tassiger, oh, great. That's like not really how this deck operates. Um, it's just like kind of another big threat that sometimes is great. Like I'd rather have one of that effect. Um, Removal Suite seems fine. The Utter End, just kind of an Utter End. I don't really know what to say about it. Three Thoughtseize, never really want to draw too many of that card, but it's still great. Three Elspeth, that card's absolutely absurd. These are great. These are great. All this is great. This card definitely deserved a second copy and is exceptional. The mana, I swapped to Caves, like I said, in for the Waste. That was it. There's definitely one too many of that card, but the main deck just looks very solid if you look at it. In the sideboard, we've got some End Hostilities, some Drowns. I think the third one of these is only really necessary if you're hedging against non-red-white decks that you want to drown, like tokens or something. Probably go. I wish there was a card that wasn't Erase that I could play that did what Erase did or something. I don't really know what I'm asking for, but I want it to be better than this card. It has to destroy enchantments. It has to very specifically destroy Outpost Siege and probably Chain to the Rocks. There's no glares. Glare killing Elspeth in the mirror was kind of nice, but it's just like it's a card that does something after. Like it's like a. I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. It's a card you have to cast from out of position at points of the game, unlike Downfall, which you can leave up mana for to kill their Planeswalker, and even if you're down on activation, be back in position to activate or do whatever. And it's just like this situational weird removal spell that I just don't really like it. Just don't like it at all. There's the Mastery Nisa split that I had spoken about. I feel like there should be a Read the Bones in the main deck, but I can't figure out where. The Ugin was awesome. Would play again. But yeah, if I'm going to play this deck in the Grand Prix, this is honing in very closely to what I want to be doing with it. Also worth discussing, so I was talking about this with someone, was that Wingmate Rock is not a replacement for Whisperwood because you need a card that just comes down on its own and does its thing and takes over. It can't be a Johnny because a Johnny doesn't block, but I think Whisperwood's like an upgrade to that slot. So I think this is, as silly as it sounds to say, like, this is tuned, it's just like, these are good cards. They're in my deck. Yeah. And the reason I like Fleece Mainline right now is that I think that, so there's this concept of mid-range mirrors where you want to be one step bigger than the person playing the smaller deck. And I think that so when I played this deck at the Pro Tour, the step below was Fleece Main Lions and less Planeswalkers, but still had some Elspeth or whatever. Some people just didn't have Elspeth, which I'm not going to even question. But anyways, so the step up was having like a little bit bulkier stuff. Then people went the step up of having these pure control lists. So you're now two steps separated, which means you actually have a distinct enough game plan that you can be the aggro or against them and actually have a position to fight from. There's not really anyone on this like one level above a Johnny list, which is basically this list, honestly. But like, if there was like a carry to the Johnny list, I think it would be great against you. But I don't think that deck is playable because it's a step. Like the control decks are just this step above it, and it's not positioned well right now. So, anyways, that's why I like the Fleece Main Lions in the main now and hated them before. But this deck was awesome and would definitely play it again.